Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to have you here. So even if we have a couple of participants in this session, we will still have the recording, which is taking place now, and we're going to send it to all the attendees that could not attend this webinar. So thank you very much for coming to this session. My name is Abdul. I'm based in England, originally from Portugal, and I mostly help companies, individuals, organizations with their marketing and sales strategy. I've worked for the Home Building and Renovating Show, which is an exhibition which is held in England 7 times a year in different cities. And I mostly worked in the event organizing department as a marketing manager, and I'll also helped exhibitors as well. In the past, I've helped associations, institutions, organizations with online events, workshops about marketing and sales. Besides that, I've also helped with LinkedIn because it's one of the most effective ways to generate sales. So, funny facts about LinkedIn. We're just going to jump straight into it because I think it's interesting to know how some of the platforms are growing and that can help us to generate more sales. In this example, we have LinkedIn, which some people might not know the value, which is basically you can have one profile times 26 in 26 different languages. It doesn't mean that you're going to attract 26 different audiences, but the potential that it gives you is that you can have your profile not only in your native language, but also in the languages of the countries or where your audience is. So let's say you're looking for a specific niche, let's say teachers, for example, in education, or plumbers, or builders in construction, but from different companies or from different countries and geographies. So the great thing about LinkedIn is that you can optimize your profile with those keywords in that specific language and attract your ideal client. Besides that, one of the great aspects of the LinkedIn is that it's not only to post and build connections, but it's also to create your own channel. So you can create your own channel by informing your audience of what you do. And one of the great things that you can do that is basically create a newsletter. So that will show your authority in your industry, and people will come to you when they actually know about your expertise. Um, Besides the newsletter, one of the things I found interesting and fascinating is that you can also contribute to articles. Sometimes, if you have a good amount of following, if you're engaging with other connections, you can also contribute. So, LinkedIn has a lot of potential. You would just need to leverage it. There's an interesting statistics which says 79% of B2B marketers believe social media is an effective marketing channel. It means that it actually is generate results because otherwise people wouldn't use it. Of course, you have the organic way and you have the paid way, which you can basically use ads, LinkedIn sponsored message ads, but you also can use Sales Navigator, which is a great tool as well, is a paid tool on LinkedIn to attract leads. So it's always good to know, like have a refresher about how you can use LinkedIn to achieve your goals. If you're looking for a job, if you're looking for partnerships, collaborations, even if you're looking for investors, LinkedIn has proven to be a very important platform to achieve that as well. So in this webinar, we're going through some of the aspects of exhibitions. So my particular area is trade shows, exhibitions, but you also can use it for your own, let's say, your own goals. If you're an exhibitor, if you're an entrepreneur, or if you're a job seeker, or even if you are someone ambitious that wants to grow your presence online. So uh, the first point would be the exhibitor's process audit. So this is basically if we would audit as a sales consultant or as a marketing consultant, if I would audit a specific company or a specific individual. So I would go through all their existing channels, and I'm going to explain how we're going to achieve that in the next slides. The second point we're going to focus on is the strategic market entry. So how can you penetrate your market, and also how you can consolidate your market through research. Because nowadays, it's very easy to understand what your audience is looking for. And the problem sometimes is that in the rush of getting our posts, our photos of our products out there, we don't look for um, for the research. So we don't look for what people are asking in the market. And nowadays, you can use so many tools. Some of them are paid, some others are free that you can use, and you can actually understand what is the marking, what the market is looking for. The third would be the exhibitors planning method. This is more focused on if you're, let's say, you're attending a networking event, or if you're exhibiting in a trade show, then how can you prepare for the show? How can you actually prepare your audience before actually going to the show? So there is a whole process behind it. Okay, and then the 4 and 5 is basically lead nurturing, which we most of us already do when we attend this kind of webinars, online sessions, workshops, and also the post-exhibition follow-up, which is basically when you meet someone, even if it is online or face-to-face, then of course you want to convert that lead, right, to a paying customer. So this is what we're going through in this webinar. I'm not going to extend too long because we still want to have a Q&A in the end. So the next slide is to understand um, how can we do an audit. So what's an audit? Oh, an audit, it's basically reviewing current processes, identifying objectives and strengths. So even if I position myself as an entrepreneur or as a small or medium-sized company, which channels are working for me? So we are already in December 2023. Which channels have converted the most, generated the most leads, and drove the most growth? And this is really important because we want to start 2024 with the right foot, right? The second thing is strategic improvements. So after we've listed all the channels that we're using to promote our products, we want to understand where we can leverage other channels, but also capture other audiences for our products. And this is just basically a plan which you can yourself implement, yeah, or you can have someone to help you achieving this outcome. Because in the end, every company or every individual, even if it is for personal branding, you need to make a self-audit. You need to understand what's working and what's not working, because this is really important if you want to build a foundation for good results for the next couple of months, for the next couple of quarters, and for next year. So I think it's important that everyone looks at their own website, how their content is structured, their message, their sales methods, their results, their goals, and of course, what's their action plan for the next couple of months. One thing I would like to ask, if there is anyone online that has their audio on, can you please mute yourselves? Thank you. So the website, I would say it's a really important and most important channel that you can have to promote your products or services. And this is because in your website, the retention rates and even the conversion rates are much more higher than social media. And has been proven along different verticals, along different channels. This is because on your website, you can not only track uh, which users are coming to visit a specific page, but you can also collect those specific leads. And you can use different ways to track that. So the most easy and the most functional way to track your traffic is through Google Analytics, but there are also paid tools which you can use to track, for example, really important data, like, for example, how the user is behaving on your website, which page is he clicking first, yeah, which page is he going through, and then his bouncing rate is very high, so he doesn't have any interest in that page, because you need to audit this kind of content so that you know what actual people are looking for on your website. You might have a product which you think, oh, this might not sell so much, but people are actually visiting it. However, they are not buying it. So there should be an issue in there. Either is the purchase button, either is the content that is not well structured. Sometimes it's all about content. We don't want to flow, we don't want to flood people with a lot of content which is not really understandable. We want to have clear and transparent content, and also your message. So, and I've seen many landing pages which, for example, they work best when you have just the right amount of words in a specific sentence. So if you really want to have a persuasive call to action, you'll only need to use a couple of words, not too many. So this is really important. And then your sales method. So it's actually how do you have your call to action? Is it a button? Is it a form? Is it a voucher? You want to entice people to get your voucher or your 10% discount promo code. So this is what you have to analyze and identify what is the best way for people to click and buy your product. And then, of course, your results. This needs to be done, I wouldn't say every week, but at least every month. This is really important for you to track what's working and what's not working. And then after you have done that, the best thing to do is to review your goals. Is it what I'm achieving today? Is it aligned with my goal of getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5K a week, a month? Is it really aligned, or is it something missing? Maybe you might think, oh, I don't have enough budget for advertising. Maybe the customers that I'm looking for, they're already with my competitors. But in end of the day, this can be all valid reasons. But to be honest, to be honest, they can also be blockers. Yeah, and you don't want that. You want to convert those blockers in opportunities. And how you can do that? First, you have to start by audit, and then you have to come up with a strategy. You have to come up with a strategy which can work organically, because most of the things that you can do when you have free time and when you're not seeing sales coming through, or if and no one is looking at your profile, then it's because something is missing, and you don't have to pay to actually to get what you want. So you just need to create a strategy, a content strategy, a website strategy, a sales strategy, and this you can do in a piece of paper. You have to analyze what's working best. You have to analyze and go to your competitors to see what they are doing and how you can do better than them. Yeah. So this is your action plan. This is your action plan, which will be your improved action plan versus what you were doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months ago, which was not working. So as I already mentioned, so this slide talks about the same thing. It's basically to review your targets, how you're promoting your products and services, and how you can prepare for the next steps. Okay. So the second step would be the strategic market entry. How can you identify untapped market entry points? Yeah, my best guess and my suggestions would be you have to do a very extensive research. So you have to, for example, do let's say take a piece of paper and list your 5 most important players in your industry. Let's say, for example, let's take another example. So let's say you are a doctor, yeah, and you want to open your own clinic. Yeah, this is just a random example, okay? Um, will it make sense to open a new clinic? Yeah. Am I looking at the right location? Do people need the expertise that I'm offering? So this is just random questions that you can ask yourself. The second step would be to analyze your competitor landscape. And how can you do that? It's very easy. You just need to use the right tools. Okay. Or you can even start with a very, very simple, basic search on LinkedIn, on Facebook, even on Google. Yeah, you can, for example, ask on Facebook, like, for example, put some keywords. Like in this case, I would put um, clinics in name of the location, clinics in London. Yeah, or let's say endoscopy in X hospital. Yeah, so this is the kind of research that has to be done um, on a regular basis so that you understand what people are looking for. I will give you another very, very simple example. Like if you search for your a question in your from your niche on Google, you will have an option that you'll have like in the listings something that says people are asking also. Yeah, so this you can see 4, 5, 6 questions that people are also asking for besides the question that you're putting on Google. Yeah, this is a great way because Google has a very extensive billions of gigabytes of data. So, and obviously he will look at, for the whole, um, for the whole universe of data inside that niche. And now with AI, it becomes much more easier. You can actually ask questions to AI, but of course, I'm not going to deep too much into it because AI, you can have some, you know, uh, accuracy issues. Sometimes the information might not be 100% correct. So you just have to be a little bit cautious about that. So, based on that research, you need to come up with a plan. And that plan has to be aligned with the research that you have done. So, and how you can do that. So, a plan which will give you information about which accounts that your audience is following, which podcasts are they listening, which hashtags are they using, and what are your competitor keywords. So let's say you have XYZ competitor, and he's using those specific words to attract his audience to his website. So we have to know that. So there are a lot of hidden opportunities to attract high ticket clients. And this is what you need to come up with. Of course, there are different tools. Like I mentioned, there are paid ones, free ones. In this case, on the research, to have and to achieve this level of detail, you would really need to have a very, very good software to get this information. Because without investing in research, you're just selling, you're just selling, you're just selling. And nowadays, it's very difficult to sell online without people knowing you, without knowing your credibility, or if you're not in a marketplace. If you're not in a marketplace, then it's very difficult to people to find you because most of the marketplaces that we know, like the top ones, let's say, like a like Amazon is a marketplace, but it's also a very powerful search engine, which we never associate with. We always think, oh, Amazon is just a place to buy products or sell products. No, it's actually much more than that. Amazon is a place where you can actually use a specific keyword and you can find so much, so much, so much about a specific product. It's incredible. And you can also see which companies are selling on Amazon. Same thing with eBay as well. It's a search engine. But to achieve that level of detail, you would need to use specific software. So how do you plan? I would actually put this on in two perspectives. Either you are a trade show exhibitor, or if you are just someone. an entrepreneur or a job seeker that is looking to plan how to get the best from your online presence. So first, you need to create a very detailed plan, integrating client goals and market insights. Client goals. Now that you've done the research on step number one and step number two, you already know what the client is looking for. So you have to marry what with what the with the market insights, yeah, from all the information on a global perspective, what you can offer to the market. And for that, you need to prepare yourself. You have to strategize the copy and the engagement approaches. So you need to create copy, so content, um, for your website that is actually aligned with your clients' demands and expectations. But also, you have to come up with a strategy how to engage with people on social media, on face to face events, on online events. This is really, really key, because otherwise, you just be going there and selling, selling, selling. And if you don't know what this client is looking for, it will be very difficult for you to convert a lead into a strategic sale. And then maximizing impact. So for you to have let's say, a plan which is a regular on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis. This plan has to be followed regularly, and you have to track your efforts. So every every week or every month, you need to have like an agenda. You need to have a tool or a software that actually tells you what's working and what's not working. Okay, online meetings are not working. Let's focus on face-to-face events. Face-to-face events are not working. Let's just focus on LinkedIn engagement. Let's, for example, list 5 accounts which are in my industry and I want to give value to. Yeah, I will just do that for about 6 to 8 weeks. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm just going to engage with those 5 accounts or 10 accounts. Yeah, these accounts can be like, let's say, 5 accounts from your competitors, 5 accounts which are in your industry. Let's say you are a doctor, but you want to connect with hospitals, you want to connect with um, associations, medical associations. Yeah, so you have to engage with it, with those accounts as well. So that's really important. But first, you need to decide how you want to engage, how you want to plan that. Okay, so this is what I was mentioning in my previous slide. So how you can leverage your presence, this in this case at the event, or how you want to leverage your presence online. So it works both ways. Yeah, you just need to have a very good action plan, a good content creation plan that works not only for your events but also for your social media promotion, etc. And the most important thing is that you grow easily without spending any amount of money when you start to collaborate. And how you can collaborate? By building relationships with solid people, with people that have large amounts of following, people that have that are reliable online, people that show their face to the name. um, that's how you can grow without spending a great amount of money. Of course, you can always invest in ads. So you can always invest in advertising and paid ads. But if you don't want to risk so much, there is fabulous ways where you can create a foundation for collaboration. So collaborations, when I say collaboration, can be partnerships. Let's say, for example, you approach someone in your industry, and let's say if it is, let's say, a builder can talk with a plumber. Both they can do like create a blog post, and both can, one can sponsor the other, and that's it. It's a partnership. It's a collaboration. This is what fosters growth. This is what you have to find. You have to find people in your area, in your field, that where you can actually grow with together. The lead nurturing process. So I've already mentioned about this. And the lead nurturing is actually when you are giving value to your audience. This works not only in exhibitions, but also if from your own personal branding perspective. And to get the leads in face-to-face events, in this case for face-to-face events, uh, there are many ways you can do it. One of the most effective ways I found is actually not giving your contact, but actually collecting a contact, a lead contact. Yeah, this is the best way. The best thing you can use a QR code scanner. You can use a simple piece of paper. Just note their phone number, their email, their name. Yeah. If we don't want to come up with very sophisticated solutions, just let's go to the basics. Let's get that data details, that contact details, and let's follow up after. And this is my next point. So how you can actually not only nurture your leads, but also follow up and convert into sales. Yeah. So I don't want to take much of your time. I know many of you are working. So this was just a session for you to understand what is important for you if you want to grow. So we've covered how you can research what your client is looking for, and then come up with a plan, nurture your leads, collecting leads, how you can convert those leads into clients. Um, Most of the work is done in the beginning with all the software, with all the tools. So you can do either yourself using a very detailed plan, like I've mentioned, or you can actually work with me and I can help you with research analysis reports, email campaigns, prospect engagement, and a progress report. So that because sometimes we are so much busy selling that we forget that there is some work that needs to be done in the background. Yeah. And I can help you with this. So if you need any kind of help, I can, I am open to any collaborations, to any partnerships. We can do this together. I will be very happy to help you. This is what we do. Me and my team, we work not only with companies that exhibit in trade shows, but also individuals that have different goals, and we help them use the right tools to achieve their goals. Yeah. So this was the end. I hope we can have a Q&A now. We have a couple of participants. So if you have any questions, yeah, let me know. I would be very happy to clarify any of the questions. Otherwise, if you want to take your time to think about this, we can always talk, in the second session. I will send some notes by email to all of you, and I hope that we can have a discussion, a much more focused discussion, where you can, grow your presence online and achieve your goals. So this is, I mentioned that the session would be 1 hour, but I just realized that because of the Christmas, some people are already taking days off. So I didn't want to, take much of your time. Maybe you want to do still some shopping. So yeah, so it was a pleasure for me to be here. And yeah, feel free to reach out if you have any questions. I'll be, it will be a pleasure to have a separate discussion with you. Thank you very much and have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Abdul. Thank you.
Bye-bye, Jackie. Bye. Thank you.